to Alternative Appetites. I'm Vanessa Malton, here to show you how to cook delicious meals that are suitable for any special diet. Whether you're gluten-free or allergic to certain foods, I'll teach you to cook tasty meals that are sure to keep you healthy. About 4 years ago, I learned that I had celiac disease, which means that I have to maintain a lifelong gluten-free diet. At first, I thought that I was destined to eat nothing but rice cakes for the rest of my life. But over the years, I've learned to love gluten-free cooking, especially when I learned that I can make a pizza crust that tastes just as good as any pizza parlor. Today we're making 4 different types of pizza inspired by different regions of the world. We'll make a traditional Italian pizza, a Mexican pizza, and an Asian pizza. Lastly, we'll make a pizza using an eggplant for the crust to adapt to other special diets. Let's get started! We'll begin with our traditional Italian pizza. We're going to start by making a homemade marinara sauce. Now remember, if you don't want to make your own sauce, you can use any store brand variety that you like, as long as it's suitable for your diet. To begin, we're going to put olive oil in an already preheated saucepan. As soon as the olive oil is hot, we're going to add some chopped garlic and yellow onions. Along with this, we're going to add some salt, ground pepper, and fresh basil, oregano, sage, and thyme. We'll stir it up and allow it all to brown just a little bit. As soon as your vegetables are browned, like these are, we're going to add tomato sauce. This is just 1 8-ounce can. Tomato paste, about 4 ounces of tomato paste to thicken it up, and some fresh chopped tomatoes. I like a chunky sauce, so I use, just some diced up tomatoes. You don't have to add these if you don't like the chunkiness. We'll give it a good stir, and we'll allow it to simmer for about 20 minutes while we begin the rest of our pizza assembly. For the first 3 pizzas, I'm going to use a cheese bread crust made by the Brazilian Cheese Bread Company. This crust contains tapioca flour, Parmesan and Romano cheese, water, eggs, corn oil, and salt. It is naturally wheat and gluten-free, as well as low-carb and sugar-free, making it a great alternative for people with diabetes or celiac disease. Now, the bread comes in frozen dough balls. Today, I'm going to knead 5 of those balls together to form our pizza crust. And remember, if you want to make a large pizza for a big party, you can knead together as many dough balls as you'd like. Before I begin kneading my dough balls today, I'm going to make sure to grease my pan. I'm going to use a non-stick spray that I double-checked the ingredients on. Many of these sprays tend to have wheat in them. If you're allergic to wheat, you want to make sure that you buy a variety that does not contain it. I'm also going to spray my hands. I don't want the cheese bread sticking to me, so I've got to make sure that my hands are nice and greasy too. So I'll go ahead and pick up my dough balls in my already greased hands. Now we're going to squish them together in a big ball. You want to make sure that they're kneaded together well so that they don't separate once you start cooking them. So now we'll roll it into a ball, put it down on our already greased cookie sheet, and begin to press it out into the shape of a pizza crust. I like to just put my fingers on it and start stretching it out very, very gently. You want to make sure that it's evenly thickened all the way around so that when you bake it, all the parts of it bake at the same time. And there you've got a pizza crust. Now we'll start with the assembly of the Asian pizza. For sauce, we're going to use a sauce made by Simply Asia Thai Kitchens. This is a sweet red chili sauce that's made from sun-ripened red chili peppers and garlic. We'll drizzle it on just like any other sauce. Once you've squeezed it out, you want to get a nice heaping chunk on there. We're going to use a spoon just to smear it around and make sure it's evenly distributed on the crust. Now for our toppings. We're going to use some fresh basil, shiitake mushrooms, shrimp, and some fresh ginger root. We'll start by applying our fresh basil. I love using fresh basil on pizza. You can also use the dried variety if you like, but the fresh basil just looks better and smells better as well. So you can arrange it just neatly on the pizza. Next, we're going to put some shiitake mushrooms, some pre-cooked shrimp that I already took the tails off of, And we'll grate some fresh ginger root onto the pizza. You want to make sure this is ground very finely. All right, that should be enough. Now we're going to put a traditional mozzarella cheese on this pizza. However, it's full of flavor already, so if you're dairy or lactose intolerant, you don't really need cheese on this pizza to make it delicious. And it's all done. I'm going to wipe my hands off, but before I start assembling my Mexican pizza, I'm going to stir my sauce. We want to make sure that it doesn't stick and it doesn't burn. It's steaming and it's just about to start simmering. It looks delicious. It's just about ready. For the Mexican pizza, I'm going to use an enchilada sauce. I pre-made this sauce with crushed up chili peppers, tomato sauce, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Just like we did for the Asian pizza, we're going to spread it around like any other sauce. The flavor of this sauce is delicious, so I like to put a lot of it on. The next topping that we'll add to our Mexican pizza are refried beans. Mexican food just isn't the same without beans. These beans are a little glumpy, so we want to put a few heaping spoonfuls on, and then we can spread them around.